And so this is the measurements we'll be using. Bust 34, half length, I call it organ bust, or half length 12. Bust points, that's from your shoulder to your nipple point, 9. Length of the dress we are making is, the length of the dress we are making is 20. Then the shoulder is 14, and this dress should fit a size 8. So let's get started. So the first thing you do is fold your fabric into 2, just like you can see here. Then get the highest measurement point. For these basic bodies, our highest measurement point is 34. So what you do is you come here, divide 34 into 4 to give you 8.5, and then you add your 2-inch allowance for sewing, which we'll be doing now. 2-inch allowance for sewing. So this is your highest measurement point.
Very good.
Don't start my tutorial. Now we've gotten our highest measurement point. The next thing you do is measure the length of your basic bodies. So the length of our basic bodies here is 20, sorry. So 20, add 2-inch allowance is 22. You mark it here and you mark it down. Like, mark it. You can label it length through your shoe. Right? So the next thing you do now is to get your nipple point. The nipple point is 9, like I said already. It's 9 inches. Mark it down here. 9 inches. Then your half length is 12 inches. Put it here. Now to get your waist measurement, well, we didn't take waist measurement here. Your waist measurement is the same thing as your half length, which is here. This is your half length, this is your nipple point, and this is your half length. So to get your waist measurement here, for a basic top, for a top, your waist starts from here, guys, right on top of your navel. That's where your waist starts from. And to get that measurement, you count down from the half length, which is 12. 1, 2, 3, 3 inches. Then you mark it here, 15. So this is your waist measurement. So the next thing you do now is to mark down like this, so you can know the difference between each line. So when you're putting your measurements, you will know where to draft your measurements on. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, kindly ask questions. So now that we've gotten our measurement points, the next thing you do now is to measure your shoulder. Our shoulder here is 14. 14 into 2 is 7. Mark your 7 and add half-inch allowance for the sewing. Okay, that's in case you are putting a sleeve, but we're not doing a sleeve for now. So I'm giving you 7. I'm not taught you how to make a sleeve, but just mark it 7.5, because you have to put a sleeve or not. If you're not putting a sleeve, you can mark it 7 inches on a dot. So for this sleeveless, you're 27 inches on a dot. Then the next thing you do now is step down on this shoulder line by half-inch allowance. This one is for by 1 inch allowance. This one is for your shoulder slants. Here, like this, 1 inch allowance. As you can see, this is for your shoulder slant. So the other thing you do now is to put in your neck measurement. That's the opening of your neck. For the depth, I'm using 4 inches. Then for the width, I'm using 3.5 inches. So what you do now is you mark down and down. Now to get the curve for your neck, you step in from here by 1 inch, like I'm doing now. 1 inch. So what you do now is to curve it. You can use your curve rule. Well, I'm using freehand to cut this one. You see? Then the next thing you're doing is to slant your shoulder. Notice we've already taken one down here for the shoulder slant. You slant it here. This is what gives the bodies the fitting that it has at the shoulder and doesn't let it off. Then from this shoulder slant, now you mark down your armhole. So there your armhole is simply I use my armhole. The format I use my armhole is shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's 7, and to give you exactly what you want. As you can see here, 7. Mark it here. Then what you do next is to roll down. As you can see here. Then here. Then the same thing you did here to get the curve, you do it here too. Curve, take in by 1, and you curve. As you can see here. Now, to give your fitting on this armhole region, you divide this line into 2. That's the armhole into 2. 7 into 2 is 3.5. Then step out by 1/2 inch. What you do now is mark it here, and and this is our new armhole to give our dress a fitting. As you can see. Yeah, make sure you curve so that it doesn't sharp out. Exactly what you can see like this. So now it's time to put our measurement points. Our measurement point it's time to put our darts. Darting is what gives your dress a fitting here. Like the way we did for the skirts, the darts for the skirt. Now we're doing for the bodies. So to that, this is a basic body, so you don't need any curve for the balls to make it cup or something. What we do here is you take here, you step up your 1/2 inch, your half length, sorry, step up by 1/2, which is this, and from here you mark in your darts down. And for that I use 3 inches or 3.5. So by that you sew, it gives you 3 inches. Mark it down. You see what I'm talking about now. Mark it down. So all you do now is to mark down. You can see. Now to give the fitting for your darting, what you do is to take 1/2 inch from here, 1/2 inch from here. Here the same thing, 1/2 inch from here, and 1/2 inch from here. And now that we've darted to this point, actually, what you do next is to join this together. Now that we're done with this, you put in your measurement points now. From here to here, we already say our bust measurement is 34 divided by 4. We are putting fabric into 4. It's 8.5. 8.5, you add 2 inch allowance to it. There's 2 inch allowance for sewing, or you have let's use 1.5 inch allowance since we are using a paper. Then for the bust measurement, we are using for the round bust. A round bust is let's use a round bust of 30. That's 7.5. You put your 7.5 here. You add the 1.5 inch allowance. For here, it's the same thing, but because you put a dart of 1 here, instead of 7.5, you measure here 8.5. Okay, by the time you sew this dart, it will drag it and you'll be short here. So for you not to be short, you add your 1 inch allowance back. That's 8.5 here, and then you add your 1.5 inch here. You mark the same thing here because you took the dart from here down, so the same measurement from here down. But because here at the end we will need to use our hip measurement. Now hip measurement for this dress is 38. 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. So we're using 9.5 here. Plus the 1.5 inch allowance. So the next thing you do is to connect. This is your basic bodice. So you can label now bust, and label here under bust or half length, like I do call it. And here is your waist, here is the length of your dress, here is your armhole, here is your neck, here is your shoulder. So this is your basic top measurement. Now what you do next now is to, cut it out. But before we cut out, I'll be measuring the back as well, so that we cut everything out once. This is your basic bodice measurement, as you can see. Make sure you ask your questions if you don't understand, please. So the next thing we do now is to draft the back of the shirt. So let's assume that we folded this fabric into 2 already, and you mark out 2 inch allowance for your back, 2 inch allowance for your zip allowance. Sorry, this is for your zip measurement. 2 inch allowance for the zip. So you can label it zip. So the next thing you do now is to duplicate. It's very simple. Once you've gotten the front, the back is not issues. Just duplicate the back like this. As you can see, this what I've done here. Then might have to pin it down to avoid the fabric from shaking. I just have to pin it down like this. This is to secure it from shaking. Then we want to draft the back, but it can be very technical sometimes. So the next thing you do now is, after marking your shoulder here, so let's draft our neck measurement for the back. Already we have here 3.5. So what you need to do is to just step down here by 1.5 for the back. You mark the line down, and then you slant. This is for your back measurement. We are using the same thing for here, the same thing for here, the same thing for here. So the next thing we do now is to trim off. But before you trim off, you find out that this back here, I've not taught you how to draft back zip measurement to make it accurate and firm. But for this place, what I'll be doing here is you come to this half length, you step in your half length by half inches on this half length. The reason for this back zip slant so that your zip doesn't pop at the back. I see some people wear clothes and their zip is puffing, so the zip will be very relaxed on your back down to your hip line. So mark off here. So what you just do is use your hand to trace it down. Just trace it, make it fit in. Yeah, you come here too and trace it down as well. Just make it fit in. So what I can do is this. Come here and slant it. So this is it. Next thing you do now is to cut. Firstly, you cut here like this. Note you're cutting on both sides, but basically the back we need it for, so we'll definitely cut here on its own. So you see what I've done here. So now I'm cutting for the front now. Here. That's for the front. Then this is for the shoulder. You can see. Then this slant, I have to trim it off first. So don't forget. This is for your back. You can see that it's lines. Well, you might not see 2 lines on the front because it's a paper. By the time you grab this one from the fabric and sew, it's so perfect. We're not going to the sewing part yet, so once we get there, I'll teach you how to sew it. So you can see, then here you come in, you can decide to like cut your dart measurements. If you want for this dart, I don't want to cut it on. When I'm sewing, I come for it. For this dart, what you do is you cut here, you trim here, trim here, and here. But I won't be doing that on the paper yet. So this is it for basic bodies. This is your front of your basic bodies, and this is your back for your basic bodies. This is how well I can understand it, and this is how well I know it. And whenever I show this, it comes out perfectly nice. I hope you understood, and I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thumbs up. Bye.